The spicy Mike and the Good and Plenty's gross. Good and Plenty's are disgusting, like licorice or whatever.
I don't like spicy candy. That's insane.
Yeah, it is. Red Hots, anything like that? No.
Oh,
But
hot tamale.
yeah, I don't know.
All right, here we are. We're still going through this tier list. I don't know. Mike and Ike's. I don't really like Mike and Ike's.
I love
I feel like
Mike and
they're
Ike's.
really generic.
I
I feel like
love
they're
them.
super generic.
They're good though. Like something about it's another consistency thing. It's about the way that you bite into them. That's really good. Like having the hard shell, but then like the chewy inside. I would have a Mike and Ike before I'd have any of the chocolates.
Ugh.
I like them though. I bought a huge bag.
I don't really like them like at all. But
right,
I don't really eat them
I will compromise
for that
with
reason.
you.
I feel like it's that thing where like we're 30 something years old, so like these ones that I don't really like I don't eat are it's because I don't like them.
Yeah.
And like I haven't had them in like no
Right.
15
You're like,
years.
yeah, I can choose my candy. I'm not gonna choose. Yeah, Mike and Ike.
You're like it's not like when your parents brought you candy home. Like if I'm picking these candies or this food, I'm the one buying it.
Yeah.
Like
Nerds are one of my favorites, honestly. I would put nerds like, and if we're including like all the nerds iterations, they're like top tier to favorite for me.
I'd put them like I think it's somewhere close with M&Ms. But like I basically only want the regular ones
Oh right, yeah.
because it's just like I'd rather have that than Pop Rocks, right? Like this is a superior version of Pop Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm fine with whoever you're gonna put in the top, but like I don't know. Like I feel like when they only do one thing, like I like them less. And Nerds Rope are sweet, or Nerds and Nerds Rope are just really sweet.
There's also big chewy nerds, crunchy nerds, nerds eggs.
Yeah, you're doing that thing again.
That's
You're
why
doing that thing again where you're outing yourself.
I really like nerds. Nerds are bomb. And freaking Sonic, you can get nerds inside the slushie. I'm putting them right here. They're gonna be my favorite candy out of all of them. I still agree with you that Reese's are top tier in every form that they come in. Okay, so here's another one that's gonna go up with nerds for me. Do you like them better than nerds? Sour Patch Kids. First off, Sour Patch watermelons are the best Sour Patch. Can we agree on that?
They are
Better.
I feel like that's because Sour Patch watermelon are sweeter than they are sour, and Sour Patch Kids are actually sour.
You're not wrong.
Like, and Sour Patch watermelon isn't super sour.
What about since there's no trolley like octopus or trolley, gummy
Oh,
worms?
I'd definitely put it above. I put it above.
If it had trolley in there.
Yeah, like if we had like gummy worms and stuff like that, I'd put it way above.
Okay.
Like I'd put like we literally have them at the office.
Yeah.
And like I'm the one who buys them, and we have them in a jar. There's a jar of trolley just the gummy worms, like the sour gummy worms, and a jar
worms.
and a jar of Sour Patch Kids, like right next to each other.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, I think gummy worms, like, I would probably rather have gummy worms for consistency's sake, but if I had to pick that between that and like Sour Punch straws, I'd probably rather have Sour Punch straws.
Oh. No, I would definitely go for the gummy worms before the straws, I think. But I would go
I don't eat them as often.
I think out of all of those, like, because they're technically salted, right? Like that's what gives them that sour kind of. No,
it's like a warhead.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, out of all of those gummy kind of like sour things, I would go for the watermelon first. That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's just the coating on it. That's why they're both like sweet when you get to the center. I don't understand why Pop-Tarts is on here relative to everything else.
Well,
I feel like it's like a food.
Yeah,
not like a snack.
I don't really have a Pop-Tart for a snack either. It's not really a snack. I have it like as breakfast.
Like, and I feel like if you're having a Pop-Tart for a snack, you're not having two.
Right.
Like, I feel like one Pop-Tart is a snack. And
yeah, you're a monster if you leave one Pop-Tart in the box. That's all I have to say. Like, anytime I go into a Pop-Tart box and I see the half-open package, I'm gonna kill someone. I'm gonna go on a stabbing spree.
Okay, but before we rate this, Where's toaster strudel on the list?
Oh, toaster strudel would be above Krispy Kreme for me. Toaster strudels are so fucking good.
Okay. I just wanted to see where I wanted to make sure what you were
Yeah.
gonna think, because like a toaster strudel is like a poor person's Cinnabon, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, but Cinnabon's great. But I think I'd still
no,
almost
no,
rather have a toaster strudel to Cinnabon even.
really, like a whole Cinnabon?
It's only because the Cinnabon is so much. Like, if you eat, you'll feel like kind of shit after you eat a Cinnabon. Like, and I'm not even stealing that.
That's because you don't need to eat the whole thing. Did you know that you don't have to eat the whole Cinnabon?
But I mean, I love a toaster strudel. Toaster strudel makes me feel good in my tummy, like warms me up. I don't know. I like a toaster strudel.
That means it has a lot of preservatives in it.
Yeah. But Pop-Tart, okay, Pop-Tart has a flaw though, and it's the crust of the Pop-Tart is disgusting.
Yeah, like if you see, the thing is, like, have you gotten the Pop-Tarts where they don't have like the frosting over the ends?
Yes.
And then like it's the whole square of crust around it? That's the worst.
It's bad, but it's still not as bad as the crust part at the ends. For some reason, the crust part on top of the gooey core is like softer. Okay, but what about
have you seen those ones where there's no frosting on them, Chris?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What kind
That's
of
what I'm talking about.
sociopath eats those?
Yeah, I've had those before. They're disgusting. Yeah, but yeah, no, definitely a sociopath move. Oh, but what about dessert Pop-Tarts? Have you had the dessert Pop-Tarts?
No, I wasn't that poor.
They're good. You have to try them. Okay, the s'mores one is delicious. If you're gonna have any of them, the s'mores one is good. And I don't know if you consider it a because I think they market it as a breakfast one. But the wild berry one with the like purple and blue frosting on it,
I feel like they don't make the wild berry one anymore.
They don't? Oh, that was my favorite when I was a kid.
Well, like they had Pop-Tarts on the same aisle as when I worked with my dad, and I don't remember seeing the wild berry ones. But like, so I feel like I might say something really controversial right now. My favorite Pop-Tart, I don't eat Pop-Tarts that often anymore. When I was growing up, was the cherry Pop-Tart. The strawberry Pop-Tart.
Back Satan! Back the demon! Cherry? The cherry is the worst! It's like the worst artificial cherry flavor. What is wrong with you?
I don't eat them anymore. And you know what your taste is like when you're a child, right?
Yeah,
it's just like has to be like the more artificial, the more preservatives, the more you like it.
My favorite Pop-Tarts,
but like I'd probably rather have I feel like it's hard to like say no to just strawberry, right? Like, you know it's going to be good, right? It's not going to be great strawberry flavor, but it's still going to be decent, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the ceiling on a Pop-Tart is not crazy high, but I feel like the floor on a Pop-Tart isn't super low if it has frosting on it.
Right. Okay, so the blueberry Pop-Tart was always my favorite. I loved the blueberry one with the frosting.
I don't like blues in general. That's probably why I don't like it.
I put Pop-Tarts probably like either right here or like right here. Just because it's a lot to eat. Like having actually probably like right here. Because it's like having a whole Pop-Tart is like having a candy bar. You have to sit down to eat it, plan it out, light a candle, where you're comfortable.
If there was only your favorite flavor of Pop-Tart, where would you put it? If that was the only kind of Pop-Tart thing.
Probably be like right here.
So like that's what I'm saying, right? Like the floor, and I feel like we have to justify this because of how bad the unfrosted ones are.
Yeah, good point.
Like have you ever done that thing where like when you were a kid, you like come home and there would just be the Pop-Tart wrappers, right? And then you like open it and then it's an unfrosted one and you know you can't throw it away because you're gonna get in trouble if you just throw it away, right? And you're just like, oh my god, this is awful.
Now I have to take a bite of this and hide it in the bottom of the trash can.
Like the healthy choice version of a Pop-Tart.
Alright, we've been talking about Pop-Tarts for like 6 minutes. Fucking Cracker Jacks are gross. They're going to the not great for me.
I feel like I'd rather have real caramel corn than Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, I mean, Cracker Jacks are gross. Real caramel corn is really good. These are always in a big clump, and they're gross. They taste like cigarettes. Like, I feel like...
I think they taste like cigarettes.
They just make me think of, like, a disgusting baseball stadium with, like, cigarette butts and, like, beer and like, people throwing up. I don't know. Cracker Jacks are just gross to me, aesthetically.
What about Swedish Fish?
Okay, that's the best
I
gummy candy in my opinion.
I don't eat them.
You don't eat them? You don't like them?
I feel like haven't had them in a long time if I've had them at all.
They would go right here for me. Or they'd probably go like, actually right here for me. Maybe right here. I'll
It
put
really
'em-
depends if you like salty or sweet. Like because when I see the M&Ms, I think the peanut M&Ms every time,
Yeah.
and it makes me think that. But if I think of like which M&Ms I'd rather have, they're probably I don't know, dude. Like white chocolate peanut M&M. Like it's really close with Reese's, but like it's also one of those things where you suffer because of how the difference like you have with all of them, like dark chocolate almond M&Ms. Like fuck that.
You
Miss
know-
me with that shit.
You know what's not on here? Do you like York peppermint patties?
Um, they're okay. The thing is I don't like thin mints either. So like
What about Andes?
I what?
Andes candies? The Andes mints?
I don't know what that is.
It's like the after dinner chocolate mints.
They're okay. So like I have a real sensitivity to smell, and like mint totally hits you with that
Oh, totally.
at the same time.
Yeah. Mhm.
So like I have a problem when things are too minty. That's why I don't like mint chocolate chip.
Gotcha.
But like I don't know.
I like Yorks, but I mean, that's one of my preferences. I like stuff with mint in them. Like I like mint lemonade. Lemonade with mint is really good. And I like lavender flavoring too. So it's like, I don't know, that's one of the things that I like because it is a sensory experience. It's less about the taste in your mouth and more like in your olfactories in the back of your mouth. Yeah.
I think it like fucks with my allergies.
Oh,
like
maybe.
so like when there's too heavy a scent of lavender or eucalyptus, like it really fucks with me. Like I'll get like a headache.
We're gonna have to do. We're gonna do allergy tiers. The worst, the worst things we're allergic to. Twinkies are fucking gross. But if we're talking about all of Hostess or all of Little Debbie's, it's a big difference.
Yeah, but I think this one where we just talk about Twinkies, I don't think Twinkies are very good.
I think we need.
And you know what? You know what it is? I feel like the Little Debbie version of Twinkies is better than those.
I think we need to do a Little Debbie's or a Hostess tier list where we do all the snack cakes. But Twinkies for me are like not great. They go like maybe.
I don't really
just
like
above.
sponge cake. Like, because if I'm having sponge cake, why are there not strawberries on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Or
like
yeah,
if you're doing like that,
like a
something with like
strawberry
the consistency
shortcake
like
roll?
angel food cake.
Yeah. All right, that's where I'd put it though, because it's a little bit better than Twizzlers. Nutter butter.
I really like Nutter Butters.
I'm a big
and I'm
fan of
about to
Nutter
tell you
Butters,
like a
yeah.
very cringe story from when I was like in junior high or high school.
All right.
So one time I bought a whole like package of like Nutter Butters and a gallon of milk, and I ate like the whole thing.
Oh.
Like I just dipping them in there. It was so good. But like I haven't had those in a really long time.
Is it because of that? Is it because you don't want to relapse? It's just
like
you
I've
with
had the little
16
ones.
sleeves and just a gallon of milk on your chest, just covered in crumbs.
I mean, I remember it to this day. It was good.
I remember.
I think it's at this point though. I think it's too salty.
I
would put them in the pretty good tier, or maybe the delicious, depending on where you're thinking about putting it.
I would put it like here, or maybe like in this area.
I mean, I'd rather have it than a milk dud.
Yeah, I would actually put milk duds lower, like that, like this.
Okay. Then I'm gonna ask you this right now. Right now, other than the EL fudge cookies, Nutter Butters are the highest cookie. But Nutter Butters is literally there's only two kinds.
Well,
There's
think
that one, and there's like the super peanut buttery ones.
Okay, I would put them below Chips Ahoy. That's where I'd have them. If it were up to me, but you like them more than Chips Ahoy, so I'm putting them in delicious.
Yeah, you can put it right there. That's fine.
Okay. Skittles. I really like Skittles.
We're tossing it in the candy tier right here.
Yeah, right. Because all the sweet candies up here. I'd rather have them than M&Ms.
I wouldn't. I would probably put them Ugh.
I'm okay with right here. I would rather have them than Swedish Fish or Airheads.
I feel like they're above the cookies.
The Fig Newtons?
No.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah.
Mm,
But it's like it's something about not the texture, but like the consistency.
oh,
Like
yeah.
because they have that same effect, like almost like milk does where they like get stuck in your teeth a little bit.
Yeah, I
Like you
feel
get
it.
that accumulation like in the like canal of where your teeth are.
And if you eat a lot of them, they like degrade your tongue. Like they like take the skin off. Like the acidity ruins your tongue.
Yeah, because it's almost like you're eating nerds at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like where it's like here's shrapnel in your mouth.
Yeah. Jelly bellies?
I mean, they're okay. Like
Yeah.
I'm very neutral about them. Like I'll have them.
Would you rather have that or Mike and Ike?
I'd definitely rather have a jelly bean.
Okay, I'll give you that then.
Lifesavers, like in general, or just the gummies? Because that's gummies.
This says hard candy right here, but
Oh fuck! I'd rather have the gummies.
I would rather have the gummies too. So let's consider these the gummies, and I would put them as the best of the gummies, actually.
I feel like it's really good, but I feel like regular Lifesavers sucks ass.
They're not bad. How long has it been since you've had a regular Lifesaver?
Long enough where like I only think that they suck.
I think they're really good just because like you eat one and then you're like, okay, that wasn't enough, and then you eat like 2 or 3 of them, and then before you know it, the whole packet's gone because you get like 10, and it's like there's not enough in that little roll of Lifesavers.
You know what the problem is? Is like I feel like when we're talking about the candies, I feel like Haichu is the best one.
Oh, Haichu would blow all of those out of the water. I just finished 2 gigantic bags of Haichu, so
and I feel like it's super not close. Like
yeah.
I feel like they're like I don't think they're better than Reese's peanut butter cups. Like it's really hard to dethrone Reese's peanut butter cups, but like in terms of like, are you talking about eating? Like you are definitely not eating just one of those.
Oh,
you're
hell
eating
no.
like 3 or 4 of those. Like it's definitely a handful, and they're
you're-
individually wrapped, and you feel like an asshole. You're like I'm fucking ruining the environment every time I open one of these.
And you're like guaranteed to get a stomach ache from them no matter what, but you eat them in the same quantity every time too.
Like and it's always like, well, it's just one, right? And like do the thing where you'll like eat them and you'll like just shove them to the roof of your mouth or something like that.
Yeah.
Just against your soft palate, and you're just like, oh, this is great. Like this is probably what people feel like when they do chewing tobacco, right? Where you just have like a progressive flavor over time. But yeah, I don't really eat Lifesavers. I don't eat candy that often, really.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot more
Like
candy
other than
you,
like gummy candy. Like
see, I think we have the opposite palate though. Don't you like chocolate? Because I don't like chocolate. Like if you told me to choose,
no,
M&M,
I'd rather have salty. I'd rather have salty
yeah,
every
okay.
time.
See, I'd rather have sweet candies. So like if you gave me the choice between any of the chocolates or any of the gummies, I would choose the gummies every time.
Like I need a mix of textures and stuff. So like not textures but flavors. So like that's why I like Snickers, like I like Haichus, right? Because there's consistency differences, or like why I like the M&Ms, because I'll never plain M&Ms are better to me than the Hershey bar, but I feel like they're the worst M&M.
You need to try those Chex Mix Muddy Buddies. I actually think you'd really like them. They have that flavor combo thing that you'd like, and the textures. It's really good. Combos are fucking gross. I will never eat a combo.
I don't really like them.
They smell. Have you ever smelled a bag of combos?
I feel like those ones, Chex Mix and Gordettos, like I feel like they're cursed together.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's just a super concentrated flavor that gets like just eviscerated. Like you just open it up and you smell it, you're like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Right? Like it needs to air out first.
It smells like a bag of dog food. You're like, I am eating a dog treat right now.
Like it's in pellets too.
Yeah.
Like dog food.
It's like Bachelor Chow. Like it's literally like the joke in Futurama.
Like pour some milk on, pour some water on it and put a spoon.
Yeah. What about just plain fruit snacks? These go pretty high for me. They go above like regular fruit roll-ups.
Well, and these really aren't that bad for you. Like a bag of these like little ones is like either 40 or 60 calories. So like,
and if you get the right ones,
I think like an Airhead is like 60. Oh, I feel like the ones that aren't on here, like Gushers and Haichus and like those kind of things, would like fuck with this tier list so much.
Well, I think Gushers would be in my favorite. Honestly, I think that's what I would choose for favorite is Gushers.
Okay. But I feel like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is like the Cowboy Bebop of the tier list. Like, I feel like it's really hard for you to say that it's not the best.
If you could pick anything, even stuff that's not in this, to go in your favorite, what would it be?
Oh.
For me, it would be probably Gushers.
So, have you had the Popcornopolis popcorn?
Nope.
So they make one that's caramel corn with white and dark chocolate.
I have had
on
that,
it.
where they're ribboned with the white and dark chocolate.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's the thing where it's like, I thank God that they come in small packages, because I'm like, I've seen them in the like can before, and I was like, I could never get that. Like I'll eat that whole thing.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas now.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I
don't want that thing.
Well, Merry Christmas.
I'll have to take it to work and leave it at work.
All right, everyone send Piro white chocolate caramel swirl tins of peanut butter chocolate. Well, I want to do an experiment. We're just gonna see what happens.
We don't even have like a P.O. box or anything.
Oh, stay tuned for the P.O. box. We'll see you next time. No, I mean, we definitely don't have the viewer count for a P.O. box, but we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and tell us how much you hate everything we said.
Yeah, because I feel like our tier list is pretty. This is a pretty tier list.
I feel like it's not. I feel like most of our choices are not really that controversial.
Yeah,
and you know what? If you picked one of these things and that we put in not great, like if fucking Fifth Avenue or Toblerone is your favorite candy, I think you need to, expand the life you're living quite a bit.
I think if that's the case, they're probably a time traveler. They've come from the 40s and, they're lost. And the only thing that feels familiar to them now is their Fifth Avenue bar.
Like that fucking Seth Rogen movie with the pickles.
Oh, I never saw that. Was it good? Did you see that movie?
I saw a clip from it where like the fucking hipsters were buying these, and they were like, you bring back the jar. We reuse the jar. Oh look, he recycles the jars. And you're just like, he's like, how much? $4. And they're like, oh, that's a bargain. Did you pay for it? Well, sure, for one pickle, it seems reasonable. And you're just like, what the fuck is that? I don't know. I thought it was going to be really shit, but after watching that clip, I was like, I bet this is funny.
I want to watch that movie. This sounds good.
Well, maybe tomorrow, Chris, when we're not playing D&D.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, how did you already stop? How are we going to... Did we already close it?
I tried to close it, but then we kept going. So I mean, we can do a secondary close. We got you. That like false crescendoed them.
Yeah, I like I said, I feel like there's a lot of things on here that aren't really that controversial. And if you have if your favorite candy isn't on here, like realistically, like Haichu would be right under Reese's Peanut Butter. And if you haven't had a fucking Haichu, you need to go eat a fucking Haichu. You need to go on Amazon right now and order yourself a bag. I don't care if it's like $10 for like a little package.
They have a grape flavor. Grape is the best. Get the grape.
Okay, Chris is wrong.
I'm gonna grape you! I'm gonna grape you good!